Namaste from Myanmar. I'm at this beautiful monastery called Pa-Auk in this amazing forest of Myanmar. If you look around me, there is this beautiful mountains, forest, and a lot of monks.
A lot of monks.
That's right. So, as some of you know, I'm pursuing a 12-month spiritual journey, taking time off work. Started in Myanmar because it had something was calling me here, deep roots of Buddhist meditation. And why Pa-Auk in particular? Because they seemed different compared to most other meditation places which would focus on one particular technique, this style of Vipassana or that style of Vipassana. They said, we focus on you experiencing physically all the teachings of Buddha from start to finish. And I was like, wow, that sounds good. Let's go there. So came with the expectation, just a small expectation to be enlightened, nothing more. When I initially arrived here, my first impressions, few things I was really impressed by. That there's a huge community here, I don't know, 500-600 people here. 90% of people were monks and maybe 10% normal lay people like me. Most people here are really committed to their practice, so that was interesting. Also, one big thing I was really impressed by is these guys, I've never ever seen such detailed step-by-step instructions on how to get to samadhi, your full enlightenment, nirvana, nibbana. It's, I don't know, one of the images which I will show at some point later, it's like something like 40 different sub-stages and 40 different steps literally to get up to nirvana. So that was amazing. And they freely share it. There is no secrecy about it. I'm like, interesting. Second thing is the head monk, Sayadaw, as we call him, is considered like an enlightened being. And he has this huge organization, heaps of monks everywhere. But when I met him, he was so simple, so down to earth, and he's so easily accessible even to a newbie like me. I can literally see him every day. And he even tried my famous Indian head massage today as well. So that was good. And another huge thing was actually met quite a few people who were experiencing these amazing stages of spiritual growth. So it was not just some powerful teaching that they're talking about, but people around me that I'm talking to are actually physically experiencing samadhi. Like samadhi is not a magical thing. So many people around here have achieved samadhi. I'm like, wow. So that was really cool. Couple of things were a bit of a challenge. I'm used to meditating in comfortable situation in Melbourne, nice air conditioner or at least fans. It's very comfortable, nice cushions or meditation stools. Coming here was interesting because sometimes it's 35 degrees or 37 degrees and you climb up 20 minutes up the hill to get here, and then you have to meditate. Then you're so hot in 35 degrees, and there is no aircon, of course, but no fans either. So I was like, this is interesting. Also, wooden beds, that's an interesting thing, and they encourage not to use any mattresses. It's there if you want to use it. So I was like, oh, this is interesting, which apparently helps you stay more alert and awake. And helps you wake up at 3:30 a.m. in the morning as well. And also there are no mirrors, because they say idea here is not to focus on your external appearance, but really, get to know your inner self, connect with your inner self. So I was like, oh, this is interesting. And because of that, I promise you, I had the most mindful shaves of my life. Can you imagine trying to shave without any mirrors? So yeah, that was that. If I share a couple of my highlights here, one of the big highlights was definitely meeting the main teacher Sayadaw and seeing this wonderful enlightened being living so simply despite of few 100,000 followers all around the world and so many centers and ashrams everywhere. Also, everyone was so accessible, even his number 2 man. I went and saw him a few times, super busy running everything. But he would spend literally an hour with me answering all my questions. So there was really no hierarchy. You can approach anyone and everyone will help you. And this is where one of our fellow monk comes in. Everyone just proactively helps you. He saw me sitting there one day and he literally came with a nice book and saying, "Hey Abhi, this might help you. But can you introduce yourself and just briefly share your experience here?"
So about the meditation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this place.
Yeah. This was my first time taking meditations. So, and then the Buddha said, in order to see our mind, we cultivate a mindfulness. So it was difficult to know before the Buddha proclaimed the Dhamma people. So sometimes when I take meditations, or sometimes I'm worrying, or because to be back pain in my back. So this morning time in evening time it's okay. So after lunch in the evenings, it's not easily to take meditation. I don't know why. And so just look every monk. They sit calmly.
Yes.
So only one for me. So why?
This is good to hear. This problem happens even when you're a new monk. It's not
yeah,
just with me.
But
Great.
In the afternoon, at the time, I will take meditation just about 1 hour. So after that, I'm worrying.
Sure.
So, so I don't know why.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I think this is...
Yeah. But I'm trying to understand everything because I want to be a teacher in meditation.
Great.
So in my native village. So that's why I came to teach how to take wandering our mind.
Great.
Yeah.
Where is your native village?
So far from here. So Rakhine.
And it's
my
in
native
Myanmar?
Yeah, and Myanmar, Rakhine State.
Okay.
Rakhine State.
Perfect.
This is my native region. Yeah.
And how long have you been a monk for?
A month or on 3 months. 3 months.
Oh, so
yeah.
very new monk. So okay, so this could be my next step. No, it won't be. Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I think that was really refreshing to hear from a new monk that some of the challenges that we go through, even as a monk, you go through those challenges as well, and you wonder, am I the only one going through this? But as you would have seen, I will do another little video with a couple of simple steps, a couple of simple tips from Ajahn Brahm that really helped me with my meditation. If I talk about a couple of my challenges here, my biggest challenge really, despite of all the difficult conditions here, it was not the conditions, but my wandering mind. And I always keep on thinking about the next best thing. So instead of a dedicated spiritual seeker or truth seeker, perhaps my problem right now is I'm what I would call a spiritual tourist, where I'm just going from one place to another place to another place to another place to another place, and it's like, oh, maybe that could be better, that could be better. I realize this. There's definitely an opportunity to improve, to say, one day, whenever either I find this place where it magically or it all feels right, or otherwise what place feels good, stay there and commit, because I feel that will be the only way to actually improve. But yeah, look, today I'm leaving here because it's been about 10 days altogether, really nice experience, but I realized that, to get the most out of this place, you need to come back with minimum 3 to 6 months of commitment, and then, work through the stages of concentration, and then work towards samadhi. So yeah, I'm off now. For now, this is all. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best.